Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. So I just got out of seeing Operation Finale. This is directed by Chris Weitz, who knew Chris Weitz could direct such a film about the capture of Adolf Eichmann, one of the architects of the Final Solution. And this stars Oscar Isaacs as Pierre Mulliken, or part of a team to capture Eichmann. And I guess he gets immobilized in history as the guy who actually subdued him to the ground. Gloves get bronze. True story of how they have to figure out how to capture Eichmann. Now the funny thing about this film is that this film is 2 hours long. They capture Eichmann in minute 50, and then they spend the next hour and 10 minutes getting him on the plane. Some people will probably be asking, okay, is the Haley Lou Richardson character based off an actual person? Yes, Eichmann's son actually did date her, and she was half Jewish and she didn't know it, and apparently Argentina at the time did host a number of Nazi party officials who escaped. Yes, Eichmann was working at a Mercedes-Benz dealership or factory in Argentina at the time. Some Mossad agents say, hey look, here it is. Now one of the things that they don't really mention here in this film is the fact that yes, I guess the daughter, the Haley Richard character's father, I guess whether or not he's mistaken for Joseph Mengele, the angel of death of Auschwitz, that could easily be an invention of the screenplay here, or it could actually be true. Again, one of the characters here actually thought to himself, okay, let's go after Mengele, who was in need in Argentina at the time, although he ended up leaving a couple of days earlier than expected. Now, as for when it comes to Kingsley as Eichmann, hey look, he was in Schindler's List playing a Jew, and now he's the architect of the Final Solution. Is that a perfect symmetry? I don't really know. But the one really weird thing here is the fact that Kingsley, I think, is 76 years old. He's asked to play a man who, when the time he was captured, was in his 50s, and I guess there are flashback sequences to him during the war when he was in his 30s, so that's a lot of de-aging makeup right there, if that actually is true or not. When it comes to Oscar Isaacs, I'm like, okay, again, he was good in Star Wars, but partially that was because he was part of an ensemble cast. I haven't really been impressed with him outside of that. He may have done a couple of films that I thought maybe were good. I'm not a big fan of Inside Llewyn Davis, even though that's from the Coen brothers. Apparently the character that Nick Kroll is playing is actually still alive. So you're thinking to yourself, do we get any moments during the trial? We get actually one scene of the trial, and then we go to the credits, and there's actually footage of the trial, which was one of the most watched trials in the 60s apparently. Ben Gorin, after that trial end, he leaves office in '63. Here's the thing, I have no doubt at some point this thing was considered to be Oscar contender worthy because, hey look, capturing Eichmann, that's been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, movies itself. There was one in the 90s that starred Arliss Howard and Robert Duvall as Eichmann. And that's when the character was actually still alive. He died in 2005. I can't judge how Duvall did his performance or how he approached the role to Eichmann. Here I can only say that Kingsley and Isaacs have some really good scenes in which basically Kingsley is saying, hey look, I'm a bureaucrat. I was stuck in a bureaucratic machine of, hey look, yes, it's death, but hey look, I try to save some Jews, which actually is true. And he did propose that, hey look, they all go Madagascar, which is like, hey look, you're dying of malaria rather than being gassed. Okay, why is this not in November, December with all the Oscar-worthy contenders? It's not Oscar-worthy, it's a good film. This film also has that one trope in which the cops are racing towards our heroes at the airport, and the airplane takes off and the cops are right there behind the fence. And I'm like, maybe that's true, but maybe there was something actually wrong with the papers themselves, who knows. And, we do get some history with him, how, yes, he and his father and mother all managed to make it to Israel. His cousins, his sister, all died in Lublin, I think. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Operation Finale, it's a good film. It's not Oscar-y, but it's relatively good. So what I'm going to say here, folks, I'm going to give this a matinee rating, because quite frankly, see this. I saw this at the Alamo Drafthouse. Go see everything at the Alamo Drafthouse. If you don't have an Alamo Drafthouse in your area, petition them for one. So, Operation Finale, have you seen this? What did you think? Put everything in the comment box below. I'll see you next time, folks. Yay.